Hi guys, welcome to Monitoring and Evaluation Made Simple. I'm your host, Coach Alexander. I'm so happy you're here with me today because in this video I'm going to be sharing with you 13 short monitoring and evaluation trainings that you should enroll in 2020, okay? So if you're here for the very first time, please do well to subscribe to this channel because on a regular basis I post videos. So for those of you who don't know me, I've already told you that I'm Coach Alexander and I've been in this field for 10 years now. I've enjoyed every moment of monitoring and evaluation because M&E is very wide, guys. It's very wide. So I want you to understand that what I'm going to show to you is a list, but in that list, it has taken 10 years to to get the experience that will give you the knowledge, technical expertise found in these courses. So as usual, in most of my videos, especially the longer ones, I have timestamps, and these timestamps are there to help you navigate the video in a very effective manner. So if you want to skip certain parts of the video and you want to go straight to the part that is interesting to you, you just click the timestamp and it will take you right to the part of this video that you want to watch and learn. So what are the top 13 courses in monitoring and evaluation? All of these are hosted on Udemy. That's something I want you to keep in mind. So the first course, the most highly rated course, and this I have to tell you guys, it's the Fundamentals of Social Impact. It's rated 4.9 out of 5 on Udemy. I've put all the links to these courses in the description below. So now what this course actually talks about is, in society, there are so many things that can affect what we do. And what happens in one part of the world can have a positive or negative impact in another part of the world. And we've seen this even with the COVID-19 pandemic. One part of the world, let's say it started in one part of the world, but it's now gone global. So what this is just helping us understand, this training is just helping us put things into perspective, even as we implement M&E activities. We need to put this into perspective and we need to fully understand that what we are measuring could not perhaps be linked to the project, but there could be other factors. So this has been highly rated, guys. I want you to enroll in this course if you have the time to, because it's a very good course. Or you can simply share it with one of your friends who you interact with on a regular basis. Now, the second course, another favorite course of mine, is the Key Performance Indicators in Project Management. This has a rating of 4.75 out of 5. It's a very good course, guys. And I want to tell you, these courses which are highly rated like this, there's something about them that people like. And I get this feedback a lot, is the way it has really helped enrich their understanding on monitoring and evaluation. So key performance indicators really, guys, is the heart of everything we do. When we do M&E activities, we simply need to understand what it is we're measuring. So this course helps us understand not only what key performance indicators are, but it also helps you understand how to develop them. And it gives you an in-depth understanding of how to use the problem and solution tree to come up with these indicators. So I would urge you guys to enroll in this course. It's a very good course. I've received so much positive feedback from a lot of people around the world because every month I'm training people in monitoring and evaluation. The third course, which is a very, I must say it's also a personal favorite of mine. It is Impact Evaluation in Project Management. You see, guys, every time a project is being implemented, you have to keep this in mind. At some point, that project is going to come to an end. Now, at the point that it comes to an end, you have to determine whether this project actually has had any significant change on the project beneficiaries. Or it may not just be the beneficiaries. What has it really contributed to in our own personal lives? So this impact evaluation course actually trains you on how to conduct an impact study, what tools to develop, when to develop them, how to collect the data, how to do the analysis, how to do the report writing. This is a personal favorite course of mine, guys. And I would like you, as usual, to enroll in this course if you have the time and resources to do so, because it's one of the most important things that every monitoring and evaluation officer should have handy. Okay, so let's go to the next one. What is the next course, one of the top rated courses that you should enroll in 2020? This is by far my personal favorite. Okay, I know I have been saying personal favorite on the preceding courses, but guys, let me tell you, this is my own personal favorite because it was the first ever course I ever produced on Udemy. And this is the project monitoring and evaluation course for beginners. Now, when I was producing this course, it was my first straw in a very, very beautiful place, I'll call home, because I was just starting out as an M&D specialist online. I had actually launched already the M&D Simple, Made Simple YouTube channel. So that's when I started thinking of innovative ways to get the word out, to offer education to many of my friends and fellow colleagues. So this is a very good course, guys. It helps you at beginners level, and it's you kind of find it different from these recent courses that I've done, because in terms of quality it may not be like picture perfect like the videos I'm doing today, but this has so much rich history. It tells not just about the whole M&E process, but also a bit about me as Coach Alexander, because this is where it all began, and this is a course I would like you to enroll in. People have rated it highly. It's 4.2 out of 5. So please support me, support the M&E Made Simple channel, and enroll in this course as well. So what is the course coming out on number 5? How to write an effective research paper. I recently launched this course in 2020, and I have to tell you that it's a very important course, because much of what we do as M&D specialists, much of what we do is to write reports. So now there's this debate. Sometimes it's very hard to see the distinction between M&E and research. But I want to tell you this from experience, that they are very similar. And if anything, if you're going to produce an M&D report to academicians like lecturers, professors, or even the general public, they would want you to be really thorough on how you communicate findings. So this course is just helping you understand how best should you effectively communicate findings of an M&D intervention. But it's more aligned to research, and there's no harm in taking some of the points that are coming out in this course in your own monitoring and evaluation career. So I'd urge you to enroll in this course because it's also been highly rated. I wouldn't say it's my personal favorite because I wasn't really into research, although I do enjoy research, but because it's such a lengthy process, sometimes it can put me off, but it's a very important process, and I'd urge you, please, to enroll in this course when you have the time and energy to do so. Coming out at number 5, number 6 is the M&D written test questions and answers. This has been rated highly on Udemy. I released this course in 2020. It's not actually a course per se, but it's more of a practice test. Okay, when you go on Udemy, there are certain courses that are like courses where you watch and get instructed by an instructor, by a presenter. You'll be getting knowledge watching videos. But then there are those courses where it's not really a course, but you're simply enrolling in order to practice, to sharpen your skills on some of the test questions that may come in at a certain point in a certain subject. Okay, so this is what it is, and the good thing is that it has answers. When you do these practice tests, you can perfect your skills, and then it will also immediately give you how much you've scored out of the answers you've given for that particular test. So I'd also urge you to enroll, if especially if you are doing some kind of academic exams at a university, at a college, or even at an institute. So please find time to practice, sharpen your skills by enrolling in this course, because it's also been highly rated. It's been given a score of 4 out of 5. And here is another course which I released this year, and this is the project M&D for professionals. Now, when you look at the rating, it's 3.88 out of 5. Now, to tell you the truth, I know exactly why that rating is like that, but I can tell you this is, in my view, a very highly rated course. And I know why it's like that, because it can get really complicated, because this course it's not a beginner's level course, but it is for professionals. And you know how material for professionals is. It can be kind of complicated, and it can be kind of, you have to use a lot of thinking. And I think it's because of all that thinking that some of my students were not happy. But for you who's a think tank, and I would like to interact with people who are think tanks, please enroll in this course, and you're going to get the maximum benefit from learning how, as a monitoring and evaluation professional, how should you handle yourself professionally? What tools, advanced level tools, can you use to build the best systems that projects really desire? Okay, so please find time to also enroll in this course. Then another course, this hasn't yet been rated, and the reason is that I haven't received so many students, but I've put it at number 8 because it is very important. This is the introduction to econometrics. Well, econometrics, guys, is usually aligned to people who are economists. But let me tell you one thing. In project implementation, especially at the planning stage of a project, you have all these indicators, okay? But then how do you set the targets? The best way to do target setting, is by using a methodology called forecasting. Now, forecasting is not as easy as they may say at maybe at seniors high school, because at university level, this is what we are calling actually the econometrics. Okay, so I don't want to make you get confused here, but all I'm saying is that this is a very important course for any M&D professional, because you are going to be part of the planning team. And how are you going to be well suited enough to make projections, okay, especially when you're trying to set targets for indicators that your project is trying to achieve. Okay, so this is a very important course. Be one of the few to enroll in it. I don't foresee many enrolling in it, but I want you to enroll in it so that you can derive the maximum benefit and become an M&D professional that only the world really desires. Another important course which has not been rated yet is the workshop facilitation course in project management. You know, as a monitoring and evaluation officer, it is really important that you have very excellent workshop facilitation skills, because what what usually happens is that if you are a person who is required to offer capacity building in monitoring and evaluation, the best way you can do that is if you have great, excellent facilitation skills. So now, this is why I created this course, guys. Because imagine you need to facilitate a workshop and they are offering capacity building in monitoring and evaluation. I can tell you, you may have the best material in the world, but if you're not good with the facilitation, nobody is going to appreciate that content. So this is what this course is all about. So please ensure to enroll in this course if you have the money, if you have the, and it's only, and you know, the funny thing is that it's not even expensive. It's only about $10, $11. That's how Udemy is. So guys, please take advantage of this opportunity. Another good course, which hasn't been rated yet, but which I can tell you guys is a very important course, is the logical framework approach. So what is the log frame? You know, I've produced videos on what the log frame is. You go to my channel, it will show you what the log frame is. But I'll tell you that the logical framework is the heart of M&E, because without that framework, we as M&E professionals, we will never know what we are actually monitoring and evaluating. It is without this LFA, we can't even come up with an M&E framework. And you know what that means, because at the end of the day, if we don't have either a monitoring framework or an evaluation framework, we can't do any M&E. So this course is giving you the methodology. It's giving you how you can use this methodology to enrich your project planning. And ultimately, once you are involved in the planning process, you become a better M&E professional to that organization. You offer 100% value for money, which every organization wants to see in their staff. So please find time to enroll in this course. This is by far the most important course out of all the courses I've created. I released this course just a few weeks ago, and it is very rich. It hasn't been rated yet because it's relatively new. I've only received one student so far, but it is going to be a big course, a very important course. How to develop an M&D system. You see, guys, whatever you do, wherever you are, the thing is that you may be preaching about M&D. You may be, going to your managers, going to your coordinators, telling them how M&D is important. But ultimately, they are going to ask you, where is the system to implement M&D activities? And this is what we are talking about in this course. How do you develop such a system? I've seen many systems around the world. I mean, I do a lot of reading, but I've also been involved in these systems. Some people think it's a web-based system. Of course, it could be a web-based system, But is that what we are really talking about? We are talking about tools, we are talking about methods, personnel, budgets. All those things are what make up the M&D system. I have videos for free on my YouTube channel that talks briefly about a monitoring and evaluation system. But this course gives you things in such greater detail. It's the longest course I've developed on Udemy, and it's also the most expensive. But you're going to realize that on Udemy, even if this course is valued at $99, you're going to be getting it at $12, $13 at a huge discount, guys. So take advantage of these discounts by referring to the link in the description. Here is another course which I would want you to enroll in, is how to conduct a baseline survey. Be the first to rate this course by enrolling in it. It's a very good course, and I know this because I shared it with one of my friends and they think it's a good course. So you have to enroll in it if you have the time or the energy. It talks about how to conduct a baseline survey. So what exactly is a baseline survey? Well, every time you're implementing a project, you have indicators that you want to measure. But how are you going to measure them? All right, you're going to definitely use tools. Okay, you collect the data, analyze and report. But the thing is that even if you do all that, ultimately you want to know how things were before the project was implemented. Okay, so in short, what am I saying here? A baseline is simply establishing the benchmarks to the indicators of a project. So this is a very important course. It teaches you the methodology. It teaches you step by step how you should conduct a project baseline. Then finally, the 13th M&D course that you should enroll in 2020 is how to design a survey. So there are different types of surveys, okay? But this is very important, especially because, M&E is more about data collection, analysis, and reporting. And when you're doing all these things, you're doing them in relation to what is found in the log frame, okay? Because our interest is the indicators. That is where our interest lies. So when we do these surveys, we could be doing a baseline survey, we could be doing a midterm evaluation, an end term evaluation. Our area of interest are the indicators. So now to actually get the information, you need to do a properly designed survey. Now, how do you do the design? This is what this course tells you. So you can see, guys, all these courses in 2020 are very important for any M&D professional around the globe. They are very affordable, okay? Like I mentioned, prices range between $10 to $13. You won't be losing much. You have a wealth of knowledge and you have that knowledge within a short period of time. So I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Please go to the description, look at the links to these courses. If you want a discount coupon, okay, if you want a coupon code that will give you an even better discount to these courses, please write to me in the email in the description below and I'll give you that discount. Until we meet again, I've been your host, Coach Alexander, and see you on the other side. Bye.